Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm just going to go on my live and make sure it's working. Looks like some of you are on already though. Maybe you were waiting. There it is. How is everyone today? Okay, so welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm going to go deeper into the daily read for today, Tuesday the 23rd of June. I know it might not be Tuesday the 23rd of June for some people yet. But we can pre-arm you with information about what's going to go on tomorrow. Hey Corey, it's working. Good. Yeah, I'm on it myself. The daily read for today. It was about trusting our intuition, going within and trusting our intuition, especially about lies. So people are going to be lying. Hey Stephanie. Yeah, I changed the name to the business name. It always used to be the business name, and I can't remember when I changed it. I think I did have a couple of other businesses at some point. That was ages ago. But yeah, I changed it to my name when I was doing other stuff on YouTube, not just the Be Healing work. But yeah, I think it's better using my business name. There we go. Hey Barbara. Got an itchy back for some reason today. Just one spot on my back. Name change is clean. Yeah, the website's new look. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring it all together and make it all look the same. You know, branding. So yeah, today's energies are all about going within, using our intuition, especially about lies. And there's so much information out there. There's so much opposing information out there. That there is the truth out there, but there's also many, many lies out there as well, often. Opposing lies. So you've got to be really careful where you get your information from, and it's best to trust your intuition. Like even me, you're listening to me, trust your intuition on it. If you're getting a good feeling about what I'm saying, go with that. If you don't, then don't. You know, always trust your intuition over me even. Because that's what I do. I trust my intuition. You know, that's how I find the right information for me too, like especially with the health stuff. There's so much crap out there. Like there's every which thing, every kind of person. Some people that know nothing, some people that know just a little bit, putting their information out there, teaching people, and a lot of it is just a whole load of crap. And you've really got to trust your intuition on that information that you're reading online. For sure. What else was in today's read? I'm sure it'll all unfold anyway. The card of the day is patience. Got to have patience with ourselves. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change soon follows. Yeah, having patience and acceptance. We are where we're at. A problem. It's like yesterday's, wasn't it? Yesterday's guidance was that the solution is a different vibration than the problem. And when we're focused on the problem, we can't find the solution. So when we let it go, that's when we find our car keys. That's when we let it go. When we give up. That's when we find them. Same with everything. And so we've got to have patience with ourselves, because sometimes it's really hard to let go of the problem. Sometimes it's really hard not to focus on the problem. So going within. I went to the beach yesterday and I did the dailies for this next week, starting Friday. And look, at the end of one of the videos, I think it was the last video for the 2nd of July, I started picking up bits of coral. I picked up one bit of coral and held it up. And then the second bit of coral I picked up was this one. What's that? It's a dragon's head, or a foal, or a horse's head, a pony. How cool's that? Looks better this way around. It's a dragon. I think it's a dragon. As soon as I picked it up, I'm like, that's a dragon looking at me. It's got an eye on both sides as well. How cool's that? I love it. So I had to take it from the beach. You're not meant to take coral from the beach. Don't do it. But when you find a dragon's head on the beach, take that. So yeah, I've got to have patience. Hair looks pretty. Thank you, Barbara. Yeah, I was on the beach yesterday. Did you see my ripped photo? That ripped photo. I put it on this thumbnail, didn't I? I had a good day yesterday. So let's go deeper into the daily then. Oh, and also I've got a new reading. Have you noticed on my website? I've got a new reading there. An intro reading, so that's a 1-page reading. Just, so people can have a short reading if they've never had a reading from me before, so people can get started on that. And so, hey Anne. Yeah, isn't it cool? Dragon's head. Does it look like a dragon to you? That's what I thought as soon as I saw it, a dragon. It's cute. It's a cute little pet. Coral pet. Yeah, intro readings, 1-page readings, 60 Australian dollars. That's cheap. What is 60? Oh, that's what the special used to be, so that's like 40 American. 1-page reading. Coral symbolizes modesty, wisdom, happiness, and immortality. Seriously? A lot of it here. Oh, look at this. New beginning, decide. We have got these new beginnings coming at the moment. The decisions that we've got to make have got to be right for us. Things are shifting at the moment. Have you noticed that? Have you had things put in front of you that's making you change your mind about stuff? I have. Relationships, information, all kinds of things. Even in my business, things have started shifting. It's like clarity. It might help that I'm on antibiotics at the moment and haven't had a drink for a couple of weeks. That gives me clarity too when I haven't had any alcohol for a while. Sleeping better as well. Yeah, you're having that too, shifting. New beginnings, giving us clarity. We're getting clarity on things. And that's what I mean about this going within and checking in with your intuition as well. What did I put on the... What did I call this live? I called it... It wasn't check yourself before you wreck yourself. It was something that I said in the daily read. I'm going to have a look. Go within before you go without. That's what it was. Yeah, we've got to. It's all an inner game, isn't it? It's all an inner game. And it's so important before we take action to do the inner stuff first. Otherwise, the action's just wasted. And do the inner stuff as well to get focused on what we want. Otherwise, we just go into our day willy-nilly, right? We've got to make clear decisions on what we want for that day, what we want to happen for that day. Get that fire within us to take action. That was in the daily read as well today. Because if we're wishy-washy about what we want to do in the day, what we want to receive in the day, and our goals, it's like a kid, right? If you've got a kid, have you got children, everybody? I do. They're not children anymore, though, they're adults. But when you've got a kid, if that kid says to you, like, you can be doing whatever you're doing in the day, whatever you need to do, just being a mum, cooking things, sorting stuff out in the house, things like that. And then your kid says to your mum, I want to build a fort in the lounge room. Can you help me? And you drop everything. It's like, yes, that's way more fun than this boring stuff that I'm doing. But my point is, when that child makes a decision, makes that clear decision and says they want to do something, everyone gets on board with it and starts helping them do it because they've got some direction. There's something in their energy. And that's what we've got to be like. We've got to be like that kid. And we're saying to the universe, hey, universe, I'm going to do this now. And it's us that's got to do it. But then the universe comes on board and it's all about our energy in that moment. Go within before you go without. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. So that's what these cards are about, this new beginning. It's us getting that direction, that clear decision. I'm going to do this, and then start moving and moving forward and realizing that it's us that's got to do it. So in the daily, I gave the example, but I didn't explain it properly. I gave the example of me clearing out my debt. And I didn't explain how I did it. It kind of seems like it happened magically, or as if I had the money there to pay it off, which I didn't. But I made that clear decision, and then I started working on my business more. And then the business started bringing in more money, and then suddenly and I was paying most of it off my debt because I was determined to do it. And then the universe kicked in and like double, triple, quadruple, 5 times my money, so that it happened really, really fast. The money started flying in really fast. And that's what I mean. That's like when your mum gets involved, making that tent, that fort in the lounge, you know? That's what happens. The universe gets on board, but we've got to start it off. We've got to have that clear direction. And so that requires us having dreams. You see it, like I see it in my friends. Like I did talk about it a little bit in some of the readings that I did yesterday, that I recorded yesterday. It's very different energy between someone like me, an entrepreneur, and someone that has a job. And it's an entrepreneur is willing to do what other people won't, you know. And it's interesting is because when you talk, if you talk to someone, like if I talk to someone about stuff that I'm doing, someone that just has a job, someone who's in that completely different mindset, they wouldn't do what I was doing, or they say that I work too much. And I definitely don't work too much. I've got a very good balance in my life. But that direction, that focus, that goal setting and that working toward it, a lot of people won't do that. A lot of people just want to be entertained or just want to relax. And I can understand that, because you wouldn't do this if you were in a job. I mean, why would someone do this if they were in a job? But I was realizing yesterday when I was riding back from the beach that I just love it. Like there's nothing else that I'd prefer to do yesterday. So I did a lot yesterday. I did all the readings, and then I messed around with the website a little bit more, making a shop in there and putting all of the readings and stuff in there. Then I got on my bike and went to the beach to shoot the daily reads. And all of it was fun to me. All of it was really good. And I wouldn't be doing anything else. Like I wouldn't be relaxing, and I wouldn't want to go and sit in a bar somewhere, and I wouldn't want to, like there's nothing else that I would have preferred to have done yesterday. And then even in the evening, I met my friend because she was giving me some tea. Someone had given her some tea to reduce high blood pressure. So I went and got that from her at training. So I watched them train for a while, and it was nice catching up with all of those. Hey, Crystal. Nice catching up with everyone there and just doing it for the social thing, distracting everyone while they're training and chatting with them. And then, because I'm not up to training yet, my heart still thumps when I ride up a hill. So I don't go training yet because it's way more intense than that. So I've obviously still got high blood pressure, so I've got to sort that out first before I can train. And then when I came home, had something to eat, and then I started doing little mini readings in this new group that I'm in on Facebook. And I really enjoyed all of it. But my point is that someone that's got that different mindset wouldn't do it. Someone that hasn't got a goal wouldn't do that stuff because they wouldn't realize that they wouldn't know that the universe, all of those things were enjoyable, and that means that the universe was leading me to what it is that I'm working toward now. And so that clear decision is really important, especially today. You've got to go within and make that clear decision and have a goal to move toward and decide. Moringa? What's moringa? I don't know moringa. This is just a temporary high blood pressure because of the oral infection that I had, which is pretty much gone now. So I'm hoping my blood pressure is going to go back to normal. I don't really need to take it because I can tell. I can tell by my heart thumping after I've done a little bit of exercise. I'm really fit, so that shouldn't happen to me. And I can tell in my head, sometimes my head will throb a little bit of a headache, and it's like, that's my blood. So I can't believe that like people live like this with high blood pressure. It's horrible. I'm going to get it down as soon as I can. It's incredible. Is it? Moringa. What is it? What is moringa? And how can I get it? Can I get it from like a health food shop? I'm imagining it like a powder. A plant from Africa. Oh, so it is like a powder. I'll go down to Gaia and get some. I need to go and get some kombucha anyway. Using kombucha to try and offset the thingy. Antibiotics that I'm still on. I've got 2. I'll be finishing them tomorrow, thank God. Plant from Africa. Well, I'll check it out. Thank you for letting me know about that. Moringa. Don't let me forget that. Moringa. Okay. So also today we've got find a new approach and growth. New approaches, new ideas, new things coming to us. That's why we've got to check in with our intuition. This is a day for setting off on a new path for sure, on this new beginning. Being really clear inside of ourselves. And then these new approaches come to growth, to lead us to what it is that we're asking for. That growth that we're asking for. Growth. Should be able to get it in plant powder capsule form on a small tropical island, Anne. Put it in my green smoothies. Tastes like kale. Ugh. Oh, I was having celery. I was having celery juice too, because that's supposed to bring down high blood pressure. Oh my God. Goes right through me and then gives me really bad wind all day after it. Like, this is not for me. Not for me at all. But I'll try it. It's worth a try. Moringa. We've got this shop called Gaia here, and it's like a package-free shop kind of thing. So you take your own containers and you get stuff in. So I'll go get some. Thanks for that, Anne. And that means I can get a small amount of it to see if it agrees with me. A lot of plant stuff doesn't agree with me. But I'm totally open to using plants as medicine, just finding that right one that actually acts as medicine and doesn't cause inflammation, even more inflammation and wind and stuff in me. So we've got new approaches coming to us. The universe, our higher selves are leading us to new approaches, which is cool. You did celery juice, 500 ml celery juice for a month. The side effects, it's crazy. And like my gut has been so good, even on the antibiotics. In fact, it's not really affecting me, which is good. But yeah, it's not for me that. Oh my God, I did it for 2 days and I'm like, oh hell no. You can't force yourself to do it. I can get Moringa online. Yeah, I've got a package arriving today, I think, of all of that stuff. But I'll just go down to Gaia and get myself a little bit, test it out. Thank you for that. Thank you for that idea. Feels right to me. See, trust my intuition on that, and I'll try it out. Oh. Just like I said, we're being woken up to things. We're kind of taking a fresh look at things. The veil is being lifted. Things that we thought were true before, or we're just getting a different perspective on things now. Probiotics. Yeah, there's a guy with a bakery nearby. He's making this probiotic drink, which is made from water based. Then there's kombucha as well, which is the tea-based one. Yeah, you can get probiotics. I'd rather get it in food form like that. So I'm getting these little bottles of kombucha in the shop. And they have, like, you can take the bottles back to, in all the places here. We live on a small island, so we're pretty good about stuff like that, about packaging and everything, because whatever's on here stays on here, you know, on this island. So we reuse. Plain yogurt. I used to eat yogurt, but I don't know. I have cream in my coffee, and that's about all the dairy that I do now. I thought about it. I looked in the fridge a couple of days ago when I went to the shops and looked at the yogurt and thought, shall I buy it or shan't I buy it? Just because of the probiotic thing. But as I said, I do feel okay. I don't feel like any negative effects from the antibiotics. So yeah, we're being woken up to a different perspective on things today. As I was saying before. Things make more sense. So we're just changing our mind about something. We're getting direction. Time alone as well. This is about us. It's not about getting these signs from outside of ourselves. It's about what's going on inside of us. Hence the whole, what was it? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I don't know why that's in my head today. Go within before you go without. Yeah? So it's making more sense now, that go within before you go without. I was listening to the Daily Read, that popped out at me, and I put it in the thumbnail straight away. And it's making more sense now. Because if you don't go within and have that goal, that direction to head in, that you know that you can do it and you'll need to do it. Yeah, the universe will help you, but it's not going to do it for you. You can't just wish. You've got to actually go for it too. Otherwise you're going without. Otherwise you're squandering the whole universe. On your deathbed, if there was like some heavenly being there that said, "Well, what were you doing, Claire? You had all of the power of the universe at your fingertips, and you didn't create very much in your life. Why didn't you do? These are all the things that you wanted to do, but you didn't do it. You didn't use all of that power. You didn't get going on it." And that's what I'm feeling it's like now. It's like we've got all of this universal power at our fingertips, but we've got to set it off. We've got to be the creator spirit first, getting it in our mind of what it is that we want. We don't need to know how, just need to know what it is that we want. And then, like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then start taking action toward that, waking ourselves up, getting in tune with ourselves. So yeah, it's making much more sense. You feel stuck, Barbara? What are you stuck about? Yeah, I'm feeling a no to yoga, just because, I don't know, I'm feeling a no within to yoga at the moment. Yeah, we've got action to take. I'm not particularly feeling it's today to take that action. It might be for some people. But we've got to believe in ourselves before we do it. We've got to do this groundwork. There's no point in taking action if you haven't got goals that you're moving toward. That's like me and what I used to do with my business. When I kind of let it go, it was just ticking over. I was just getting enough to pay the rent and pay my bills and stuff, and to eat. And that's when I was doing nothing on it. I had no direction, so I didn't. If I took physical action on my business, if I did stuff in it, it wasn't getting me anywhere because I didn't have that direction. You've got to believe in yourself before you take action. You've got to have some direction to go in before you take action. You've got to have made that clear decision inside. Having difficulty leaving people behind. It might get a bit easier in a few days, Barbara, when Venus comes out of retrograde. That's happening soon. Can't remember which day it is. But yeah, that Venus in retrograde is just kind of the past shoved in our face again. Not ready to. Yeah, I totally am now. I went around in another circle again that I've been doing 2.5 years. I'm just totally ready to let go of it now. Ugh. Yeah, so that might ease for you, Barbara. Get a reading as well if you want, like a guidance reading. Ask a question. If you want guidance, but specifically on that. I just did a guidance reading before I started this. Really interesting. It was like a work. Someone's got a business, and I help them out. They ask about how to deal with certain people in the business. It's great. I love doing readings like that, really specific. So yeah, if you've got a specific question like that, get a guidance reading on it. You'll get a lot of information that will help you out. Believe in yourself. Go for it. Yeah, like a question like how to let those people go. If you're feeling unsure and stuck, it's perfect to use a reading for that. No one's left behind. They're simply moving at their own pace. Going to slow your progress to keep pace. I'm quite slow. Although I'm fast at some things. I work really fast when I work. When I'm focused, wow, I get really focused. But I'm Taurus, so I'm slow, generally, in life. I don't like being rushed. And for anyone who hasn't had a private reading with me yet, look. I've got a new introductory reading there. Oh look, it goes red now. Be Healing goes red. I wonder why it does that, because my stream's called that. Isn't it weird? You just can't see how I can get the money to move out at these times. Well, I didn't know how I was going to get the money either, but you don't need to know the how. Especially around money. Yeah, especially around money. You just need to know what it is you want to do with it, right? You've got to get focused on that and then like, okay, I'm going to do whatever it takes. What do you want the money for? Sometimes people just want money for money's sake, and then they think, then I'll make a decision to do what. But that's not the way that the universe works. You need to have a dream first, or something that you want to buy, or like a move somewhere else, or you've got to have something to do with the money, right? Like paying off the debt. Like paying off the debt, something like that. Or saving up towards something. Like now, my goal is my teeth. Getting 3 teeth replaced next. That's what I'm saving up for now. So yeah, you don't need to know how to get the money. That's focusing on the wrong thing at all. That's not your job. That's the universe's job to do that. You'll need to take action. You'll need to do it. But the universe knows how, and it'll put it in front of you. So yeah, get a vision toward what you want, Stephanie. Who wants a reading? Today I've got, for myself, my personal cards, I've got Focus on Abundance, well, Refocus on Abundance, and I've got Face the Situation and Freedom. That's about relationships. This Venus in retrograde, it's got things coming around again. It's like shaking it all up, bringing people around again. I feel like I just did a full circle, and I'm back where I was before Venus went in retrograde. Bizarre. So yeah, I changed the website again. Check it out. behealing.com. It's got that intro reading on it now, but now I made it simpler, so it's now shop, and then all the readings are on there under shop. Hey Crapster, there's the cleaner. Do you want to see her? Cleaner next door. Who wants a reading? Pop up a message saying me please. If anyone have I got new people on here today? Oh yeah, we've got 9 people on. All click like right now. Click like on this video so that YouTube shows more people. I got paid for the first time by YouTube yesterday. It landed in my bank account like the next day. That's super fast. Around and around in circles. Yeah, I think that's got to do with Venus in retrograde, Barbara. I'm doing good, Crapstar. Thank you. How are you doing? I'm so much better now. Those videos, like the daily videos, are still when I had that wisdom tooth in, and when my face was still like that. I look sick in them. I don't like seeing it. I wish I hadn't recorded so many dailies on that day. Because I don't like seeing myself sick, because I feel so different now. It's like a reminder of how I was last week. Hey, Stuffy. We're lurking in the background. Who's up first? Barbara. See if we can get you unstuck. Yeah, so like you've got to, how I was just talking about, you need a goal, a specific goal, something to move toward, a decision, a strong decision for a new beginning, and then get yourself on board with it. Like, yeah, I'm going to go for it. Yours needs to be a much more joyful one, not like, let me get myself out of this crap. That's not a great goal. That's not going to fire you up and make you feel great and get you really on board with it, going, yes, I can do it. I can get myself out of this crap. That's not it. And that's the trouble with debt, right? It was only when I turned it around to be something like, I'm going to pay it off by the end of lockdown. It's only when I made put it in a positive thing like that I could move toward it. So, because it's like a bit more joyful, that. I don't know, something that's always tickling my nose inside now. I don't know what it is. When I'm doing readings, it's near my nose piercing. It's just when I'm doing readings. It's not the rest of the time. Itchy nose in the readings. I wonder what it means. I'll Google that. So, yeah, make sure that your decision, Barbara, is a joyful decision going towards something you really want. Not a, let me get out of this shit kind of decision. That's not a positive goal. And Barbara, yeah, something brilliant. And be okay about that, moving towards something brilliant. Something joyful, something brilliant, like a new goal like that. Leave the rest of it behind, the troubles behind. Like I said yesterday, the solution is a different vibration than the problem. You can't get focused on the problem. You have a goal vision, but scary. Ooh. Readers talk about nose tickling thing. Really? It's really annoying. And I feel bad. I feel like I'm picking my nose, but it's really tickly. In my videos, and they're like, Sometimes when I'm channeling too, I feel like someone's got my throat. Oh, I've seen other readers do that too. And I'm like, oh, I've got this constriction around my throat. It's weird. Like, so that's you, Barbara. Steffi. So, tickly nose is a thing then. I wonder why we get it though. Steffi. This is interesting. So you know how I just said the solution is a different vibration than the problem, meaning if you're focused on fixing things or if you're focused on the thing that's not working for you, like if you've got money worries, still focusing on the money, it's not going to work. You've got that, Steffi. You've had an idea, but at the moment when you focus on that idea, it's tied in with lack, or it's tied in with money, or it's tied in with a problem. And you've got to detach from it. And when you detach from it, you distract yourself with something else. Set a new goal, like something really easy, like holding a plank for a minute or something like that. Just a goal that's nothing to do with this idea that you've had, nothing to do with any problems that you have in your life. And then get yourself focused on that. That will detach you enough for the solution to then find you, to let this idea go. So I feel like you're trying to move forward on an idea, or it could be like, I want to get this new job, or I want to start this business, or I want to get this success, something like, or I want to get a relationship, something like that. And it's so tied up with a problem in the vibration in you that the solution isn't coming through. So yeah, own that. You've got an idea, but now's not the time to focus on the idea at all. Detach from it, and then the way forward will be shown to you. It's like finding your keys. When you lose your keys, you've got to, or when you forget someone's name, you give up on it, and then the name pops into your head. It's when you detach from it that the solution comes. We've got examples of this in everyday life all the time. It works every time. So don't focus on that idea or what it is that you want to move ahead on at all. It's the same as the daily read. It's like you've got to have a positive goal to move forward. Right now, the idea that you've had isn't positive for you. Your voice changes completely during readings. Who do you become, Anne? Are you one of those that becomes like a robot? I just can't deal with channelers like that. They put on like a different voice when they're channeling. It freaks me out. Like, what the hell? So, Steffi, also, I haven't finished yet. Friend, this moment. Focus on your friends instead. Be a friend. There you go. Love the plank. There you go. How long can you hold it for, Steffi? I can hold it indefinitely. I don't know, in the class, in the Muay Thai class that I do. We do a minute. I don't know. It's like sit-ups. We do 50 sit-ups. Everyone else is puffing and panting and finding it hard to get up. We're all holding hands in a circle. I'm doing the counting because I'm not even breathing heavily. We do 50. Everyone's like exhausted, and I'm like, I can do another 50. Let's go. It's like walking for me. Like, I could go forever. Maybe not at the moment with high blood pressure, but we'll see. I want to get back training again. There you go. Corey. So the past has come back around for you, but you've got to quieten it down now. It's like someone coming back around again and yelling at you, the same thing as they keep on yelling all the time. The same situation coming back around in your life again and shouting at you. And you've got to quieten it down. So not so much focus on it, not so much reaction to it. Like this old thing again. This old thing again. Coming back around again. Quieten it down. In other words, don't focus on it so much. Don't react to it so much. Don't get involved so much. This is like a recurring drama. Or illness even. It could be an illness. Something comes back around again. It's like, this old thing. Quieten it down. Quieten down your reaction to it. Your focus on it. Let it dissolve into the mist. of your focus. Yeah, have patience with it. State of non-reaction, there you go. Have patience with it, because it is a bit of a sabotage of yours. I feel like this thing comes around again. You react so much to it that you cling to it and you make it happen again. Like you're a little bit addicted to that drama coming back around again. It's your story, Corey. What's the story, Corey? The story is this drama that keeps on coming back around again. Crapster. Crapster McDuck is up next. And if anyone wants one of those introductory readings, they're on my website, behealing.com. And here too. That's a one-page reading. So I've made some shorter readings available now. See how they go? See if they're popular. Okay, Crapster, you've got Get What I Want, I Am Good Enough. So the fundamentals, that going within before you set off toward anything, you've got to feel good enough. What's the story, Corey? Get what I want. Get what you want. Crapster. It's this self-love thing, you know. It's how we're feeling about ourselves. It's the gatekeeper of what we'll actually allow in. We can do all the work we want. We can get focused on the goals. But the results aren't going to come in when we're not loving ourselves, because we set that scale. We set what we'll allow in, what we'll receive from the universe. Through our self-love. It's how we feel about ourselves. It's how much we're looking after ourselves. Take that to the next level, you'll let more stuff in, and it's about how you're feeling about yourself. Self-talk. You've got the Get What I Want card again, Crapster. Mystery path to it. It's not the path that you think it's going to be. Right? So that, who was asking about money before? Stephanie, was it? Yeah, it's not the path that you're going to think it's going to be. And so some people, instead of asking for what they want, that they want the money for, they ask for how them through. So that would be like me. Instead of having a focus of paying off the debt by the end of lockdown, it would like be me having the focus of making $1,000 in a day, or making, or getting 3 clients in a day, whatever. Just thinking that I know how it's going to come in. Or like, you know, 3 particular readings in a day, or 1 weight loss coaching client a week, something like that. If you focused on the specifics of how you're going to get it, that's so narrow. But if you just ask for what it is that you want the money for, that's wide, and it can come through a mystery path. So it's not going to come through the way you think it's going to come through. Crapster? It is positive. You've got Get What I Want twice. It's like your higher self saying, I'm trying to get your stuff to you, Crapster. I'm trying to show you the way to it, but you're just like smacking into a wall. Like, I think it's this way. Bam, bam. And you're walking into the wall instead of through the door. Don't do that. Walk through the door instead. Who's next? Anne wouldn't say no. It's funny when people speak in the negative like that. You don't want to dance with me, do you? You don't want to go out with me, do you? Have you ever been asked out like that? There's nothing you can say but no. Watch out for that, Anne. Talking in the negative. I wouldn't say no. Anne, you can have one anyway. Ooh. So, grace is the flow of all good things. It's when you're super, super lucky and everything manifests for you, and it's just like life is magical. To get into that grace requires you to respect yourself more. Respect yourself more. And so this can be looking after yourself. This is a self-love thing, just like I said to Crapster. Respect yourself more. Doing better for yourself. I talked about this the other day, didn't I? A couple of days ago. About upgrading things, fixing things. When you're someone that respects themselves, they don't have themselves in like dirty conditions. We upgrade things. We choose the best for ourselves. Shows that you're respecting yourself, looking after your body, eating the right stuff. There's so many ways that we're showing that we're respecting ourselves. And so just take inventory of your life and look at how you're treating yourself, because you're showing the universe how to treat you. That's how it stops you from allowing stuff in. It's because you show the universe how to treat you. You start respecting yourself, and then suddenly everyone else starts respecting you more. The universe starts respecting you more, and you start allowing that stuff in. Because everything that we've put out, all of that good juju that you've put out into the universe, it's all in escrow. It's all up there in the universal bank account. You're just not letting it in yet, and it's the self-love that opens up the gates to let it in. Being sarcastic again. Find a new approach who's aware. Oh, a new approach to your awareness. Self-awareness this is. But your awareness, putting it out there too. A new approach. Things are going to shift a little bit for you when you start respecting yourself more, and then things will be put in. I feel like you're quite fixed at the moment, and you think you know what you're doing, you're going in this direction, you're still trying to get something different from the same kind of approach, and that's not going to happen. There's going to be a new approach coming around, and that new approach will be put in front of you. When you just let go a little bit and kind of admit that you don't know what you're doing, or it could get better, or you just admit, I'm only going to get the same if I carry on doing what I'm doing. And it's not about what you're doing. It's something new to do with a slight shift in awareness will come around when you're respecting yourself more. Respect yourself more, the universe respects you more, other people respect you more. Interesting, Anne. Anne with a weird voice. Tooth pain's the worst. My teeth aren't hurting anymore. I've got very high pain tolerance. Very high. Okay, Crystal's up next. Then Stephanie. Crystal. Sometimes we want to get into this state of grace. We want to get into that flow, and we want all the good things to happen at once. But if it actually did, it would be a little bit too much. It would be overwhelming. Emotionally overwhelming, I'm talking about, because we have these emotional set points. You might have heard me talk about that before, Crystal. Emotional set points that we have. I mean, of course we've got an emotional set point. We don't want things to go. Hey, Christina. Yes, I am. I'm doing mini readings for everyone. So yeah, we have this emotional set point, but we also have a top level too. So, and we know this because when things get really good, we can cry, right? If someone tells you that they love you, you can cry. When something's really joyful, you can cry because it's outside of your emotional comfort zone, and we want to raise that up. And that happens just one step at a time. So I feel like, Crystal, you're asking for a lot of stuff and wanting it all to happen and thinking, oh, I'd be cool with that. No, you wouldn't. It would be overwhelming. It would be emotionally overwhelming. It's not within your comfort zone, your emotional comfort zone. And so you're lifting your comfort zone one step at a time. So let more and more in. And that self-respect too, giving more and more to yourself will help you do that. So you respecting yourself, you give yourself more, you do more for yourself. Kind of put yourself outside of your own emotional comfort zone in that way. Allow more for yourself. You're welcome, Christina. That's all right. You don't need to know what's going on here. I will tell you. I don't mind. Yeah, so in this, Christina, in Psychic Cafe, what I do is I go deeper into the daily read. So if you haven't seen my daily reads before, I do a daily read about the energies for all signs. And I go deeper into it, pull out more cards, we talk about that, and then I do these free mini readings for everyone. Just to help out. It's the way I like to market, like actually being helpful to people instead of just paying Google, right? I don't want to just pay Google. I want Google to pay me like they did yesterday for providing such amazing content for them. Who am I doing, Crystal? Yeah, so you're raising that. And I've got an itchy nose again. Oh, and as you raise that emotional set point up, you're just extending it. Don't extend the bad feeling one. Don't let, a lot of people will do that. Will extend the bad feeling zone, like what crap can I put up with now, and actually choosing crap. A lot of hippie kind of spiritual people will do that to themselves. I've seen it. And they will just they'll extend how much crap they can put up with, and it becomes in their comfort zone and spiraling downwards. We want to spiral upwards. You found me on Namaste today. I've been watching Christopher Wataki. I used to be a part of that a few years ago. His app doesn't work very well outside of America, by the way, but because you don't get the text messages or anything. But yeah, then I stopped watching him for a while because I just wasn't resonating with what he was saying, and now I've started watching his show again. It's called Namaste Today, is it? I can't remember. But yeah, I've started watching his show again just the last couple of weeks. I used to be in that group, and I came back to that group, I don't know, a couple of months ago maybe. Because when I was in it a couple of years ago, there was a really horrible guy in there. He used to send nasty messages to me. It doesn't seem to be in there anymore, thank God. So anyway, I'm getting distracted. Crystal, you've got something coming in. So as you raise this emotional set point, you've got something good coming in. Something that's going to touch your heart, something that's heartwarming, something that you've wanted. You've got to raise that zone, that emotional set point. Allow more joy in, so choose more joy for yourself. Choose better things for yourself. You know, if you will always settle for less than, if you always kind of pick the cheap option or whatever, raise that up yourself and go for better. Challenge yourself in that. If you don't challenge yourself, the universe will challenge you, right? So you might as well challenge yourself. Set challenges for yourself. But that's what you're waiting on. You're waiting on you. Raising that, getting on the upward spiral yourself. You've got to get yourself on the upward spiral. So that's Crystal. Stephanie's next. Stephanie. Oh, you were talking about money before. Your higher self wants to talk about money too, a new approach. Hopefully you've already got that guidance, because I talked about it before in relation to you, Stephanie. You've got to have a positive focus on abundance, a positive goal to go toward. And sometimes we think we've got a positive goal, but it's not. It's based on lack. Like I said, number of customers or the amount of money is kind of based on lack, or it could be. It might not be in some people, but generally is. Focus on what you want the money for. Find a new approach, a new way that feels really good to focus on abundance, that adds you into the mix. Like, I can do this. That was in today's daily read as well. Getting that feeling of, I can do this, I can do this. You don't know how, but you can do it. You don't need to know how. Your higher self will put it in front of you. Willingness and respect. There you go. You're the one determining what you're let in. It's about self-respect. You've got to be willing to raise that self-respect. Get the more expensive things. Upgrade stuff. Choose better for yourself. Do better for yourself. Respect yourself more. You've got to be willing to do that first. You can't wait for the universe to magically do it for you. You can't wait for other people to do it for you. You've got to do it first. You show the world how to treat you. And that will open the gate to receiving the stuff in. You're welcome, Crystal. Our hair smells nice today. Okay, who's up next? I think it is Christina. We'll go around to you. Oh, Moringa. I'm trying to remember Moringa. I'll go shopping today. Christina. And then I'm out of here. So before I finish Christina off, just letting you know, on my website, behealing.com, there's a new introductory reading on there. I've made a shorter reading available for people that haven't had a reading with me before, a private reading with me before. There's the link to it. So, Christina, understanding take the risk. Understanding what's a risk and what's not a risk. When we're not connected with our higher selves, when we're not trusting our intuition, then we're taking a risk. But when something is in our intuition, when we're in alignment, it's not a risk, because our higher selves always support us. And in fact, even when we're not aligned, even when we're going against our intuition, yeah, we'll get a lesson from it, but it's still not risky, because our higher self will always look after us. We can't do anything And our higher self goes, oh, that's it. I'm dumping Christina now. I can't help her anymore. She made the wrong decision. Risks don't exist. And so you need some understanding of that, because I'm feeling like the fear is stopping you from moving forward and taking action because you're seeing it as risky. You've got the fears stopping you from taking action. So you've got to understand that you can turn left or right. If you've got a just choice to make, left or right, it doesn't matter which one you take. Your higher self will move that path in front of you. We can decide whatever we want. Look at this. Christine, you've got communication coming. What's risky about talking to someone? Why is that so scary? Maybe you need to speak your feelings out, or tell someone something, or draw up a boundary and say no to someone. There's something that you need to communicate and you're finding it too scary. You think it's too risky. What are you afraid to lose? You've got to get that communication going. To get that communication going, you need to understand that nothing is risky. You've got nothing to lose. It's just your fear talking, your ego talking, that's telling you you can't say that or you'll lose it. You've got to please that person. You can't say that. Make sense, Christina? There you go, everybody. Thank you for coming along. I think I did, everybody. I'll show you my dragon again. My coral dragon. Isn't it cute? I love it. It's got eyes on both sides. It's got a bigger nostril on that side. This is angry, although it kind of looks cuter that side. Flared nostril dragon. Dignified dragon. My coral dragon. Thanks everyone for coming along. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Check out my other videos. Weeklies. The bonus ones. And dailies. And come along tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. Bring your friends. Bring your coffee. And thanks for the you're the Libra people, please. Yeah, moringa. Thanks for that, moringa. I'm going to go and get some today. And kombucha and other things too. Have a great day, everybody, or night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.